Say what? Yo, who was that? ATL show coming live. Speak about the world. Know that we are still. We got Tiana Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over with the ATL show.
Naya, what?
The ATL show's on. Duh. Get out! Get
But
out!
Naya, it's supposed to be for adults only. It's supposed to be.
ATL, they're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, T7, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best at this shit, that's fact. And there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay, I'm the best you ever cast, just spell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if it comes with 28, then shit get gritty. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Either dead on the scene, since you wanna be actors. Just the message. I'm talking open hills and things. The schools are feeling foggy. I'll be patient and waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. I'm on against team. Rush me, you ready to lose. The game, the street, the zone is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from the rapper. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot.
ATL.
Just-in-time accessories. We definitely have the bling and everything in between. Just-in-time accessories. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. You can find Tayama on Instagram at Tayama01 or Facebook Tayama Copeland or 954-873-6659 or justintimeaccessories@gmail.com or the website justintimeaccessories.com. Everything is only $5. All jewelry is nickel and lead free. You can find Tayama live on her page, Tayama Copeland. Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out.
Make sure you go over to Goli.com and get your Goli gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to GoliGummies.com, make sure you use the ATL as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they're a source of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious, it's Goli.
Good evening, everyone. What's up? Welcome to the Anthony Brown Show. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. This segment that we call the ATL. I'm joined tonight by my sister from another, the very beautiful, the very lovely Miss Tyson Mama. You're muted.
Hey, beautiful people. Yes, I was muted. You know.
What's up? up? What's up?
Nothing. So blessed to be here. So blessed, so blessed, so blessed.
And we are also joined tonight by the very beautiful Miss T Savage.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
I'm ready to give her another one. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Ladies, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, y'all seen the retweets I did?
Okay.
I got the plats now. I'm about ready to take them out.
All talented and stuff with your little shing-a-langs on.
This is called grab some real quick because I don't know. My hair hurt. I just was like, let me just put some earrings on and look like somebody.
And not to leave out, of course, Mr. Shirley Doo-Wop, my brother from another, the thorn in my side, Mr. Legacy the Great.
What it is, everybody? How y'all doing?
How you doing?
What's going on, Big Pimpin'?
Long day, man. Long day.
Captain TV Hook, what's up? Long day.
Yep.
Listen, so much is going on in the world today.
Amen.
We got quite a few things we want to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. Hi, Tyson.
I know you hear him. He ready.
We forgot to introduce Tyson, and of course, we have our newest cast member.
Hey, he in his birthday suit, child. He is. He be trying to show the world his stuff, child.
Okay. Since the other show won't show it off, so I guess the other show got to show it off.
Hey, he ain't got no choice when you got Uncle Legacy talking about, I'm gonna get you where you gonna touch some booty. Y'all, my son got real excited about that though. He said that fool went to smiling from ear to ear. I'm like,
Yeah, buddy.
I swear to God, he did, y'all. Bible. This man, like, I'm gonna have you out there grabbing some booty. This baby started smiling from ear to ear, like he knew what that.
Okay. Wow. Let's get into tonight's topics. First thing we want to talk about is the question of the day. If someone is using PrEP and is undetectable, should we still tell our partner that we are HIV positive?
Is this really a question?
Yes, this is really a question. Shit, people that ain't on PrEP and that is detectable feel they shouldn't have to tell you.
Yeah.
So
it's so funny that you brought this up. Look at this shirt I got on. It's a Riviera Beach. It's like about 4 years old. Get your swag tested.
Okay.
Palm Beach County. This was the HIV/AIDS shirt. I didn't even know that was the question of the day. Heck yeah, you have to disclose that. You have to make people aware and give them the option to decide if they want to deal with that or not.
Amen.
I feel like it should be illegal for you not to disclose your status.
What she said.
Bitch, do you want to die? You gotta want to die. Trying to hum up on me and you got HIV and they tell me.
Well, a lot of people feel that because their viral load is back to normal and that there's no traces of HIV in their body anymore, that they don't have to do that. And let's say for a fact that you and that person go and have an HIV test done together, it's gonna come up as no antibodies or anything that is fighting against the HIV virus in your body.
Right.
So by you and that person both going to go get tested. Go ahead, Savage.
This is most definitely because no one should be in the blind. Let a person make that decision and not you make it for them. The reality is this is where knowing your partner comes in. You have to know the type of person that you're dealing with. You know if your partner is gonna lie to you or not gonna lie to you. Well, people are so quick to jump in the bed, they don't get to know the people that they're laying down with.
That's true.
But
But let me tell you, some partners, Anya, like married couples. Let's be clear. It is some married couples that literally get into things and the other person don't let them know. Like for colored girls. Remember the role Janet Jackson played? Yep. Don't always assume because...
Don't take my black card, but I never seen it before.
Put her ass in timeout. Tony, click it. She goes to timeout.
That was a perfect
I can't believe you.
I never seen For Color Girls. I don't even know where to watch it at.
We gonna watch it this weekend, y'all. Don't worry, I got her.
You gonna bring my baby too?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, a lot of people don't feel like they have to. And right, as far as I know, because I was looking it up and I didn't find it, but I don't even see if there's a law on the book to where if you were, because it's still transferable, you can still catch it even while that person is in that undetectable state. And it's more like a herpes type of STD, to where you can be in a non-contagious state with herpes and pass the herpes virus on to the next person even without having an outbreak. So with that, I think everybody should have to be to have to tell that. But until that becomes a law, a lot of people feel like you shouldn't have to disclose certain personal things about yourself. But if you have been registered on the HIV candidacy list and you have sex with somebody and you never told them, you're facing attempted murder charges. But with this new thing they have out where you do not, where you become undetectable, there isn't a law yet that states that you still have to, inform your partner about you being once HIV positive.
Wow.
This is a slippery slope.
Definitely. But I still think that they should inform their partner of their status.
Okay, let's say somebody informed you, Tony. Then what? You gonna still let them get it?
Then, like Savage said, then I have the right to make the decision whether or not to go forward or not to go forward. But give me that right.
Right.
I mean, we all together in that. But just imagine how crazy the world became with that medicine, to where now I thought I've been taking it for a short period of time. My viral load is steady getting greater. I mean, it's starting to reduce till it's nothing. How many people you think gonna actually tell somebody that they were once HIV positive? Do you feel that?
Ain't no once. All that shit doing is suppressing it. It has not cured that.
Right, you still are.
That shit is suppressed. And you get the right person, AIDS, you can live for a long time. But if you fuck around and you bump into me and I find out through the grapevine because one of your exes, I'm gonna blow your head off.
Yes, you go into your
listen, I'm gonna blow your head off and I'm a temporary insanity. And I'm gonna look the fucking part. Trust me. Don't play with me. That's fucking with the devil on 20 different levels. You talk about like it's gone. It's suppressed.
Well, I didn't say it was gone. I just know that when it's undetectable.
No, and they say you got a 98% chance that you cannot pass it. 98%. Bitch, I might be that 2%. Listen. Soon as Tony showed me this, y'all, I instantly got mad. I'm gonna tell y'all something that happened to me. So listen, I went to the doctor. I ain't have nothing to feel. So when I go to the doctor, I told Melvin, I'm like, Bim, you can come with me. We go to the doctor. Let me tell you what my doctor says. He was like, your blood work came back and your hepatitis B. Let me tell y'all, bitch, listen, the way I'm set up, I go to the doctor so much just because I'm a B mutation and I get cancer like the wind. I looked at that man, I say, my what? I ain't got no, I say, first of all, I had the hepatitis B, A, C vaccine. He was like, okay, so we got to go retest your blood because it could be the antibodies in your system that's showing that, because you have to always tell us that that's in your system. Let me tell you, I looked over at that nigga, I was dead serious. On God, in front of this one. I say, and I waited. It took them every bit of 7 days to come back to me with my blood work. I say, if they tell me anything, I'm going to blow your fucking head off. And your kids could get it too, because his kids are grown. Man, that test came back. He'll tell you, I don't want you to touch me. Listen, it came back. It was the antibodies in my system from me getting vaccinated and all that. But y'all, it scared me so bad. I was ready to shoot the dude right there. Who? That's why I know for sure. I'm not that person you can play with this question. If you got it, give me an option. God himself put into me, I have the will to serve him or not. Nigga, I got the will. Give me an option. Don't take my option.
Exactly. I agree.
I mean, do you think that with that being like that, do you think that a person that has HIV or AIDS should have to have some type of brand or stamp on them to notify, to be for everybody to be notified of that? Savage.
Well, they just so-called talked about the first woman that cured from HIV. Well, we all know who already done that. Now they have some cured someone. Now they have cured someone. We can be on the lookout for cure costing a lot.
Trust me, they never gonna put that out there.
No, because it's too much. The drug companies making too much money off of the drugs.
They would never give that away
to maintain it. So it ain't gonna be. That's why ain't no cure for cancer or none of that.
Yes, it's just a form of population control.
And every time someone get to that statute of releasing what that doctor that got killed when he said he could cure people, Nipsey Hussle, all them. So I don't know that it's secure. I'm not looking for one because I ain't got the problem. But every time a person try to out these people, they wind up dead. So just go with this thing that can keep you undetected.
You know what's funny is what Tayama saying is, you know, Nipsey was picking up Dr. Sebi information, and he was doing it, I'm talking about without even consenting or trying to work with the government on, and he got assassinated. Now, let me tell you who said they were picking up Nipsey Hussle movies.
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon said he was going to finish what Nipsey Hussle said. And right now, Nipsey Hussle, hey, Darnisha, Nick Cannon done been kicked off a while now. He done pretty much, I mean, his family's always been millionaires before him. But, you know, they really threw it on the fact that they were saying that he was standing behind Minister Louis Farrakhan. You know, they try to, you know, throw it off on that. But the truth is they spanking him because of the fact that he was going to finish off what Dr. Sebi was trying to put out there. And
so he been biked away from that. That's why they gave him back his shit. He did a moonwalk so quick backwards. That's and by his family being old money, that is the only thing that spared him. Everybody else that got killed that came up trying to put this out, they were new money. Old money saves you whether you know it or not. Old money will always trump new money, even if new money is more money than that old money.
Seems that way. But yeah, so Nick Cannon.
Yep. All three of those.
All three of them.
They either capture you, jail you, or kill you.
For sure. And you ain't heard Nick Cannon talk about none of that no more. You ain't see him talking about his black, movement stuff. He ain't even making the Black Power movement videos no more that he was once doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, boy, before we take you out of here.
And let you know real quick where you stand, money and all. Boy, you still a nigga. You could wear $1 million pair of shoes. Nick Cannon had on a $500,000 pair of shoes. The ones with all the diamonds on them. Honey, they showed him quick. You still a nigga. You gonna play eyeball or no ball at all. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hey, boo.
Hey, Adrian.
Hey, Adrian.
Boy, you see, hey, look, that bitch go Chinese. You can't even see Tony's eyes no more. Hey, Adrian.
Look like a whole shit. What's up, Adrian, baby?
Y'all so stupid.
I think they need to do something, regardless of what. They need to do something because to not know people that are out here, because I don't care nobody. I just don't believe people gonna tell you they HIV positive. You may find a 5% ratio of people that may tell you, this ain't what you really want. But so I look at that big baby blessing. But you may find 5% of the people that will tell you, but the rest of the people, some of them be so bitter and angry for how that situation came about. Hold on.
What he was trying to say is some people be so bitter of how they wind up getting it to where they be like, they finna take out everybody with them. They gave it to me, I'm finna give it to everybody.
I've heard people actually say that.
The thing about it is, ain't nobody give it to them. You allowed them to give it to you because you was the one engaged in their risky behavior. Unless somebody raped you when you got it, that's on you, player.
It was, Tony, you remember back in the days when people would literally throw parties just to get it?
Yes, I've heard of that. But that was mostly them, not us.
Yeah.
I never heard of nothing like that.
Tony, Google it and tell me what is that called. It is a party. It's a for real. On your phone, go to Google. It was people literally throwing parties to go out their way to give the gift that keep on giving.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't name it.
No, that's what they would say. That was like in one of the slogans, child. That's why I say look it up. So, yeah. I just feel if you have HIV and you, just to let Tayama and Anya know that your classmate tuned in, much love. Okay. I didn't know who that was.
Who is that?
That's Clayton.
Hey, Clayton, how are you?
But I was trying to figure out who that right for real and all on you. Oh, that's the Tony.
Tony Dad's know what he be putting in place on Facebook.
But no, for real. I feel it is your duty.
Say, what the fuck, for real? They did that?
Yeah. Did you figure out what the name was, Tony?
I'm trying not to lose this video that I got on hold to show y'all. I guess
you talk about POZ, Thelma?
I don't know.
It says events such as pause parties may represent an
That's
attempt
it.
by HIV. Listen, may represent an attempt by HIV positive gay men to select sexual partners of the same HIV status, so-called serial sorting. So basically, men who have HIV meet up with other men who have HIV. That's what
No.
that is.
You know, with men
Hold
who don't
on.
have HIV with the attempt to get it.
Hold on.
That's not what this saying.
Hold on.
You talking about bug chasing. It's called bug chasing and gift giving. They are
Yes, bug chasing parties.
listen, they are colloquial terms used by some men who have sex with men to describe intentional, unprotected anal sex barebacking with the goal of spreading HIV. So it's called bug chasing and gift giving.
Yes. Yes. So just so y'all know, even when you say, is this question really a question? Honey, this world we live in, they on some other shit.
Okay.
It's so other that, honey, you could be dating a dude, you make him mad, he'll stick your kid with a needle and infect your child with HIV. There have been two things that went on TV about this person having HIV. He didn't give it to the mom, but he wound up injecting it into her child.
Mm.
So, listen, I don't trust people. I don't trust people.
Speaking of not trusting people, a school teacher recently issued out cupcakes to her classroom that was laced with her husband's sperm.
Look how
As a teacher, I can't respond to that. Just
you just go mean mugger.
I can't.
Yeah.
I rather not comment.
Because I'm like, that is, first of all, you as an instructor, an educator, someone that is licensed to care for our children 8-9 hours a day, what in your crazy mind would even give you the thought to do such a thing? I mean, like T.S. Madison was saying, was you down there giving your husband, fellatio, give him oral sex, and some of it squirted across the counter and hit the cupcakes, and you're like, oh well, or it dropped into the batter and you stirred it up and served it anyway? I mean, what will make you do such a thing?
And this is why you cannot eat from everybody. I saw that. I wonder when they get first sleep on their wrist. I don't think so. One, because it's children involved. Two, it's the education system. I'm pretty sure all of the parents don't want to sue. Like, they can't give her a slap on the wrist.
Right.
They can't. They can't.
They got to make an example out of her.
Mm-hmm. Now, she might plead insanity. I heard on the article she said something about her husband manipulating her to do that, but can't nobody make you nothing you don't want to do. I don't care what nobody say. Like,
that is gross on so many levels.
I can't. I can't.
I can't.
Let me tell you, I know that bothers Anya on so many levels for the simple fact she's OCD, you guys.
And she's an educator.
I mean, you talking about somebody else bodily fluid on a child's cupcake. As an educator, we take oaths. We sign a contract. Johnny should say, I think people with HIV should tell the people they're messing around with that they have it don't mess up other people's lives.
Amen.
I agree.
We signed a contract, but we have seen men who got caught with child porn get slapped on the wrist. So that's different. We talk about somebody digesting another bodily fluid from somebody else.
Exactly.
That is, it's assault. It's assault because we don't know what's in this. We don't know what's in there.
Exactly.
It's assault. And
Because if he's
we
have
signed a
syphilis,
contract.
gonorrhea, clap, herpes, them kids could actually have it in their systems.
And we take
just
the
so
oath.
you know. Sorry. HIV too at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But hold on, wait.
We
She
take,
cooked it in the
take an
cupcake.
oath
Let me
to
take that
protect
ignorant
these
statement
kids
back.
at all costs, not endanger them. They need to put her under the
Amen.
jail. Put her under the jail. Under the jail.
Yes.
Neither is good, period. Somebody said. I don't know who that was.
That's Clayton.
No, somebody else said neither is good.
Clayton.
Oh, that was Clayton. Okay. That's crazy, man. It's just sickening.
Yeah.
Blessings, Juicy.
Blessings, everyone.
Hey,
tardy for the party.
Better late than never.
Not really.
Do you have a note? Do you have a note from your parents for your tardiness?
No, I don't.
So you're going straight to the principal's office there. We're going to give you a Saturday school.
Okay.
Wow. You missed the question. Let me put it real quick. Let me get your viewpoint, Miss Juicy.
Oh, should we still? Okay, so if you're using PrEP and it's undetectable, but you still can pass the virus. So, yeah.
You was confused with that answer.
Well, I was confused with the question.
What?
I said I was confused with the question.
Don't come in on the timeout, Juicy. She said, yeah. Man.
We had to think about it.
Well, because I had to read it and think to make sure I was understanding what I was.
Okay. And Juicy, we also put up there the woman that because y'all know Juicy don't be on nothing, so she wouldn't even know this going on. She put her husband's sperm in the kid's cupcake.
She's a school teacher.
Wait, and who's wait? Huh?
An educator. The lady is a teacher. She put her husband's sperm in the kids' cupcakes.
Of her students, not her own children.
Her students.
And he's HIV positive, or that's just another
story.
Say.
It doesn't say.
But still, that's sick. How did they find out that it was sperm in the cupcake?
Good question.
Oh gosh. Where are they from? Arkansas?
So what are you saying? Only people in Arkansas are crazy like that?
Well, because no, but I was listening to something, and there were a lot of things going on where they were doing a lot of bad stuff to children. You know, so I just wondered, like every news article they were talking about a kid getting killed by their parent or a teacher abusing or something came from Arkansas.
But by the time she told, it was too late. You tell after the fact you need your ass beat down with your husband too.
Yeah, it wasn't in the ingredients list.
You know what, Juicy? I can't with you.
Hey, I mean, you got full disclosure.
I watched that video too, Tayama. It's a different side the way that I look at that story. That lady, if I'm that man, I can easily tell them people. Me and my wife had sex. I ejaculated inside my wife. She took my semen that was left that came out of her, put it into the. I had nothing to do with that, and they can't prove that he participated in the act because guess what? She's the one who took it to school, mixed it up, took it to school. She could have threw them away in the process of on her way to school. So
Well,
if I'm
that
that
wasn't her
man,
intent.
if I'm that dude, they have to prove my intent. And I don't know nothing about none of that. She only telling on me about this is because she got caught. And because she don't want me to be free out here doing what I want to do, so she's trying to bring me down with her.
Well, so he's in trouble too?
Yes.
Oh.
He's facing 151 charges. She was only facing 114 charges. And what they did was they dropped all charges except for 2. And let me tell you how they did it. This is how you know how the system is so lenient on women, because they went back and talked to all the parents, all 71 parents, and asked them, do they have a problem with them dropping charges on her and letting her plead to 3 charges for 41 years, and that they will get the husband on the back end. But truthfully, I think the husband gonna walk away, because if she can't prove that her husband was abusing her, if she can't prove, and they can't prove other than her testimony, they can't prove that he intended on doing something, because he didn't take the cakes with him. He didn't give them to the kids. He was at work.
Okay, so question. If your little princess was in this class, you already know the rest. What you mean,
Well,
I still don't. At that moment, the only person that I can be mad about, that I can really just want to outright kill, would be the teacher that brought it to my daughter's school.
yeah, because you know how y'all presented it to me. I didn't even see him having any fault to it other than he came. But the way y'all said it was she put it in the cupcake, not he went and let it in the cupcake.
No, she said that he made her or forced her to do it.
Right.
Oh.
But how do you prove force? How do you prove intimidation? Because just like the person was saying that was actually talking about the video, say at any time along your journey to work, you could have threw him away. You could have went to the police department with him, and guess what? When they would have tested it and his stuff would have been in there, he'd have been the only person going to jail.
Right.
But you didn't do that. You went and served those. We don't know if your husband didn't come in you and you didn't go to the bathroom and put it in a cup or a condom and save it and mix it in there. So how do we prove his intent to do harm to these children? Just your word. And the reason we can't go with your word is because you took a lesser plea to testify.
So were the cupcakes tested and his sperm was actually in there?
Yes.
And none of her DNA was in there?
None of hers. Well, okay. I'm not, but this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I don't know. They didn't say none of hers was there. But, and to be truthful, Juicy, I don't even know if they tested all of them, because from where they say the kids ate it. But some kind of way it got out about that's what happened. And they went and arrested her.
She told on herself.
Something milky and clean.
Hey, look, that remind me of the movie The Help. That lady would have never known that lady put that extra ingredient into that cake. She told on herself. Sound like if I could have you.
If I can have there, no one can.
That's exactly what that sounds like. That she got a little bit upset. They might have was going through something, and she didn't want to be without him, so she set him up.
So you really ain't gonna have him, because once you done got me on this shit, there's no. Listen, we could get in a fight. I punch you in your shit. You call the police. You can never listen. We'll never talk again.
You right, because I put a goddamn restraining order against your crazy ass for giving me my shit. That's exactly why we won't be talking again.
Well, you already know. I make sure we won't talk again because I cut you at the throat.
Yes.
I make sure we don't talk again because you ain't that little voice box can't even help you.
But did y'all talk about the other one? Did y'all talk
No,
about?
we finna get into that right now. Let go.
No, I gotta do the letter real quick because I got the letter already queued up.
Okay, let's take.
Hold on. Let me get into that. Hold on, Miss Juicy. I see you down there. Give me 1 second.
Dear ATL is a segment of the show where you, the viewer, can write in and tell us about what's going on in your life. And we will read your letter and respond to your letter live here on the air. So if you're experiencing relationship problems, best friend disputes, baby mama, baby daddy drama, marriage issues, church hurt, church issues, and many, many more, send your letters to theanthonybrownshow@gmail.com.
Okay. The letter.
I did receive an ATL letter.
Okay. The letter of the day comes to you from Craig Stewart from Atlanta, Georgia, via video. So I'm going to play this video from Craig's show. Craig, he's a YouTuber, author, a manager for T.S. Madison, an assistant, and he received a letter on his show, and I thought the letter was quite interesting. So I said, I'm have them read the letter on our show. I'm gonna show the video, just the part where he reads the letter, where his lover reads the letter, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
And there's a woman at his job that keeps trying to out him. She keeps asking if he's gay. She keeps talking to other people, at the job, asking whether or not they think he's gay, this, that, and the third. So he asked me what I thought he should do. So Carlton, would you please read this email from him? Again, don't say his name. You can start it at the subject.
Are all hearts, minds clear for what I'm about to read on this Sunday afternoon?
Because we're about to have service in here on this 30-minute drive.
Subject: confused and don't which way to go. Oh, he had a typo. Confused and don't know which way to go is what he intended to say.
You're worse than I am.
Message is as follows. Hello, Craig. Firstly, it's amazing to see someone like you to live in their truth successfully. When it comes to me, I have not been. I am 41. Excuse me. These typos.
He did acknowledge in here that there's a run-on sentence too, but go ahead.
I am 41 years old, black male who happens to be gay. I've known since the age of 13, but was reluctant to come out because I really didn't know how. In parentheses, run-on sentence. I know. However, I've never been ashamed of who I am, but I was taught to keep my personal business private, and that's just what I've done. My dilemma is that a coworker, in parentheses, female, has been obsessed with me, and I am gay, and if I am gay or not. I felt that it wasn't her business because, in my opinion, the workplace is a place of professionalism. If you want to walk around and tell all your business, then that's your business. But for me, I don't find it necessary. Well, she has made it her business. Excuse me, there's a lot of bumps in the room.
Well, that's the street. They ain't got to do my driving.
Where was I? Well, she has made it her business to out me at the job to anyone that would listen. During this process, they felt as though I am denying who I am for a front. But the reality is that people would stoop so low just to get in my business. What should I do?
So in other words, at the end of the email, he's saying they're telling him that he's just denying who he is and just be who he is.
Okay, so what do y'all think?
Like that person said, I'll take her butt to HR.
I agree with him. I mean, it's work is not the place for that. He didn't come there for their friendship nor their approval. Came there to make that money, and he ain't got to answer nothing if he don't want to.
True that.
Sound like he's very confident in who he is. He been at since he was 13. She the one who got a problem.
And I don't understand why does she feel it's her business to have to let the world know, everybody on the job, his sexual preference.
Because she like him and she is feeling denied, and either if he's not coming on to her, he's got to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the job. That's called harassment.
Amen. We'll be human resource office. Come on, let's go. That is your HR. Handle it correctly.
Well, Craig's response. I didn't play the part of the video, but Craig's response to him was, "Yeah, definitely take it to HR, take it to human resources, even management, and if it doesn't go any further, take it to the EEOC. What is that? Equal Employment Opportunity Corporation or council or whatever. Take it to to them, the state level, but something can and will be done."
Well, that he's speaking on can actually even be filed in under slander in civil court, because
but it's not slander, Juicy, if it's not true. I mean, if it's true, it's not slander.
It's slander if it affects his money.
That's not what the definition of legal slander is. You have to. That's exactly why Cardi B just won her case, because whatever the lady name was,
Tasha K.
Tasha K was doing was fabricating lies that were not true. And if they would have been truths and she could have proved it, then she wouldn't have lost. But because what she said was a lie, she had to pay $3.4 million to Cardi B. It has to be a lie. That's why it's called slander.
But let me tell you, as far as she know, as far as anybody know, it's a lie, because the person that lives that life never gave you that authorization, nor confirmed or denied.
But if that person knows somebody who know that person that told them that, then that's enough confirmation right there.
Let me tell you, if he keep his mouth shut, he can sue him.
But as far as going to HR, it's definitely harassment, and it definitely gonna give out some coins because she done lost her job. She done definitely lost that job. You made that an uncomfortable work environment for that individual.
He's been bullied. He's been harassed.
She's going to other co-workers about, like, it's just dumb. What his bed got to do with the next person?
She want that meat. She want that meat and can't get it. You don't explain that way. That's all it is.
Girl, get him drunk. Get him drunk. He'll tell you. Get him drunk. He'll tell you.
Look at the devil.
I'm just saying, go out for drinks with him, girl. Give him a couple of drinks. He gonna tell you, bitch, yes.
Lord help us.
So in order for it to be slander, it has to only be
it has to be like a lie.
Because
you're slandering my name, meaning you're defaming me.
Well, so I had this it was a lie though, but I had this lady lie on me about something I did, and it was a lie. So I fit underneath it, but I didn't go at her about her lying. I went at her about her me not giving her the right to make statements against me about me. And in this position, him at work, he hasn't given her the answer to her question, which then gives her the right to say he is. So she's slandering him due
What
to not knowing.
That's why when Tayama said that, love, that's why I said, what if this woman knows somebody that he knows that he is? And would
Let me tell you, they can know that he is, but if you don't have actual proof, like video, pictures, you can have a picture with me and 50,000 hoes, a bitch sitting on my head. You don't have me. Guess what? I ain't gay.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. If your significant other got them same 50 hoes sitting on top of his head, did he cheat?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to anybody on the podcast. using that same analogy you use, your significant other is in a place with 50,000 hoes and one sitting on his head. Did he cheat?
Of course he did. You already know. I'm nailing that nigga to the cross.
I'm done.
I ain't even finna lie to you. You know I'm finna nail him to the cross. What you mean? Oh, that's what we do?
Hold on. Let me ask Juicy, are you clear yet about the definition of slander? Or are you still
Well, I mean, I know that.
Let me clear it up. Let me clear it up for you. Okay. Hey Google, what's the definition of slander?
Slander has two different meanings. Starting with the most common one, slander can be used as a noun to mean the action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation. Is that the meaning you had in mind?
Yes.
Alright, here's an example of slander being used in a sentence. He is suing the TV network for slander. Do you want to hear a few synonyms for slander?
Yes.
Here are some words that have a similar meaning to slander. Defamation, defamation of character, character assassination, misrepresentation of character, calumny, and libel. Do you want to hear how slander is spelled?
No.
So what Juicy was talking about is character assassination.
Correct. And I want
the key thing to it. Go ahead, Juicy. Go ahead, Ju.
I won $2,000 for that from that lady doing that to my character.
She lied on you.
But
that's the key thing, lie.
But this lady is lying because she doesn't know the truth.
She's not lying.
She's not lying.
She's stating that he's gay.
She's saying she thinks he's gay. She's asking him, is he gay?
That's what I was hearing. Asking a question.
But there is something wrong if you're going around and spreading that. That's what Tasha K got in trouble. It ain't that she thought something, she spreaded it. It is listen, Legacy, if you don't know it to be true, it is a lie.
Okay, but if you go to court and she proves that it is true, it's not slander.
How would she prove that he's gay?
That's what I'm trying to.
If she knows somebody, it's broad ways of knowing anything. Somebody can come to me and say,
Legacy. No, somebody can tell you, hey, when Tayama was a jit, boy, she was the biggest hoe out there. That girl was fucking this nigga, that nigga, because they know somebody. Y'all niggas back in the days used to lie on y'all dick just because. It's Monday.
If that person can go pull up 5 people that's done been inside them guts, my decision is already made.
5 people.
That ain't gonna even work in court. Hey, we're taking Legacy to court. Hey, look, we finna go work somewhere together. Say I'm gay. You ain't gonna find their picture. We going to court.
My situation was about a dog. I had the dog in my possession. I took this dog out of this lady building on camera. Everything shows that I took the dog. So when she said I stole her dog, technically the word stole means I took it illegally. And that's where the lie was, because I didn't. But I did take her dog. So, and she could prove that. The camera could prove it. Everything could prove it. but I didn't steal it. And that's what I'm saying. When it's unprivileged, when someone is stating something and they can't hold a claim to it because it wasn't something said to them, definitely, it's slander.
But that's not true. We're going on to the
take my chance.
We move on, Tony.
Yeah.
This was sad.
She begged to go to the hospital, but the jail staff did little to help her, while her family believes her white cellmates poisoned her. I'm Justin Carter. This is CSR Investigates. 23-year-old Tanisha Chappelle had been at the Jackson County Jail in Indiana for about 2 months on theft and fleeing from police charges, and she was one of the only Black female inmates there. One day, she started to feel sick. She complained of throwing up blood, asked to go to the hospital, but it would take 18 hours for the jail staff to even take her seriously. Tanisha Chappelle's family and legal team gave us these chilling video and audio recordings.
Yes. What? What do you need help with? With your what? Your stomach? I mean, I don't know what you want me to do unless you're coughing up something crazy.
About an hour goes by.
You gotta go to the bathroom. To the hospital? What's wrong?
I'm throwing up blood.
You're throwing up?
Another hour.
I'm dehydrated. My whole bucket is full with vomit. I'm throwing up blood.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm calling my sergeant.
Chappelle would buzz jail staff several times that night. This prosecutor's report says the jail nurse arrived around 8:45 in the morning, took her blood pressure and temperature, and determined that she was alert with normal vitals. But as the day goes on, she calls and calls again. Surveillance video showing Chappelle naked, covered in her own waist, doubled over a trash can. She then lays down.
Can you come do something? What's up? Do you not see that we got a naked lady on the floor here?
It takes staff 7 minutes to even respond. She's then escorted to a holding cell with other inmates. Minutes later, a cellmate now calls for help.
If she needs something, she'll have to hit the button.
Tanisha Chappelle in audible pain, moaning, begging. You can see her stumbling over other inmates in her cell. Investigators say she was moved to a private holding cell, took off all her clothes, lost her balance, strikes her head on a metal bed frame. Investigators say jail staff went to go check on her several times and asked her to put on her uniform so they could take her to get some medication. But Tanisha could barely move. One jail staffer even suggesting that Tanisha is faking and threatens to leave her.
Oh God, what is that? What are you doing there? What is that?
15 minutes later, they finally take her to the hospital, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead 2 hours later.
So it was heartbreaking to, watch your loved one just fight for so long, like just beg and pleading.
Ranisha Morrell says that the 2 months that her sister Tanisha was at the Jackson County Jail, she complained about her white cellmates.
They had got upset because my sister had the TV down. So it was her turn to watch whatever she wanted to watch. Well, they took the remote from her and they got into it about a remote.
Here's what one inmate told Indiana State Police.
I just called her black. And then she said, for some reason, I remember her exactly saying, watch your mouth. And then I yelled about 50 times.
The Shade Room has learned that the Jackson County Jail does provide cleaning supplies for inmates to clean their cell and common areas.
She had some type of chemical and they have yet to produce these chemicals that are used in their cells.
Has she ever had any history of, medical ailments or, what's her medical history like?
My sister do not have no major health issues. She was 23 years old. She went in perfectly fine.
The autopsy came back and Chappelle's death was ruled undetermined. A forensic pathologist concluded that she died of probable toxicity of an unknown substance. This all while the ER report noted originally that there was concern that she ingested ethylene glycol or methanol. Detectives also overheard hospital staff say Chappelle's symptoms were similar to antifreeze poisoning that they've treated in the past. She had yellowing around her lips and eyes, green vomit, and dark red urine. Here's what a hospital nurse told Indiana State Police.
Her urine came out very dark red, and I knew that that was not a good sign. With her presentation and then seeing that urine, I knew that she was really not well.
But the prosecutor's new report, just released in December 2021, it says that lab tests determined that there was no cleaning agents found in Chappelle's body fluids or the food containers that she was eating out of. And for that, the Jackson County prosecutor, Jeff Chalfant, wrote in his report that no crimes were committed by the inmates or employees. And there was no findings or conclusions about the standard of care at the Jackson County Jail. The case was closed. Do you, in your mind, think that she would be treated differently if she was a white woman in this case?
I most definitely feel like they would have been got her help. It's no doubt in my mind.
Morrell says that negligence and racism killed her sister. She's now in a fight to hold the Jackson County Sheriff, Rick Meyer, and the jail nurse, Ed Rutan, accountable.
They don't need to have that type of power, because all it took was somebody to make that call. When she first notified them, my sister still will probably be here. They need to be charged with negligent homicide, hate crime, and premeditated murder.
I did contact the Jackson County prosecutor. He did not respond to our request for an interview. He simply just sent us a copy of that report that he released. Merle says that, though, she is pushing for a federal investigation into the death of her sister, Tanisha Chappelle. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
I'm gonna start off. I hope y'all got a good look at the sheriff, and I hope that you guys got a good look at the district attorney. Neither one of those gentlemen were gonna convict anybody or indict anybody on any of those charges. I'm just trying my best to figure out, why is this young lady in Indiana? You're in a jail where it's only you and two other blacks in a town, in a city where, in a state where it's predominantly white. I know white folks are everywhere, but you went to an area to steal. One reason it's never going to be considered a case against them is because they already threw her criminal record out there, that she was in jail for theft and other things, eluding the police officers. So they always demonize us first in the media before they get to the issue that is at hand. Now, the pathologist said they found poison stuff inside of the girl's blood. That's a pathologist that said pretty much that the coroner made a mistake. But then you telling me the district attorney come behind the pathologist and say, oh, there was nothing there, and just dismiss the case? See, when things like that take place, there needs to be an organization outside of your local officials and coroners and things that comes in and do their own investigation to take that power away from the local district attorney and the local sheriff. Because with nobody in there to represent her, as the gentleman just said right there in the message, that a cover-up has been done, and it's even worse than what they did to Kendrick Johnson in Lowndes County, Valdosta, Georgia. And when they cover it up to that extent, when they're covering up to that extent, you know, people getting to be 80, 90 years old before they start telling the truth. So, I mean, and then you don't have the NAACP that's going to come in and dig into that. You're not going to get Black Lives Matter to move down to Gary, Indiana to start talking about, you know, this is some injustices. And I will be hard pressed to say that a federal investigation is going to take place.
Mm-hmm. But even though with all the evidence, they should be able to jump in there with no problem. Because even the coroner said it is an unknown substance that is there. He just cannot narrow it down to what. So you know for sure she didn't put it there. So how do you say this case is closed? There was no crime. How did you get there?
I think what they're trying to do, and this is what I gathered from the explanation, was being that they didn't find any like cups or anything that had a trace of any chemicals in them. Then I guess they're trying to say that she committed suicide. She must have drank it straight from the bottles.
But my thing is, from when this actually happened, how long it took them to hand over these videos?
Exactly.
You got an 18-hour window. For all we know, the videos could have been longer than that. It could have been editing to these videos for the simple fact how long it took them to turn over this information.
Forget about that part. How long it took them to get her help? Because
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the 18-hour window. They saying she was there 18 hours. That shit could have been longer than that.
They have the science labs are so advanced that they could take and that substance. I very seriously doubt it's unknown, but the way he wrote it gives them leeway to he covered his ass by writing it that way to where he's off the record, but he also gave them a scapegoat by saying unknown, that it could have been anything, even if it was like a mushroom that she ate and then caused a chemical reaction. We don't know. It could have been anything. So now it's not a poison. It could have been just her system rejecting it too. They covered it up completely, and all of them had something to do with it.
Captain TV Hook said also a big contributor for us being exterminated is being an organ donor. It's like an early death sentence. Organ harvesting is so big. I agree, and that is why I went to the DMV and told them to take organ donor off my license.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you don't even have to be an organ donor to kill you and take some of the other things they need, because they can take out your blood, the melon. They can take other things that aren't organs, but still high priced on the market. Even her skin.
Ask yourself this question. Why is it that when a doctor is doing an autopsy, right, they gut you and they cut you open? Only a few people is in that room when that autopsy is being done, and none of your family can be in there when it's being done. So if you get killed and let's say they're looking for somebody that's O positive, it's a very rare blood. So that person who has that and somebody who's rich need that heart that's in your body, they're not going to allow you to let that body go into the grave. I mean, to let that heart go in the grave with you. They're going to gut you, take those vital organs out, and sell them on the black market because somebody who's living needs it more than you do. And that's even without your consent. But what you can do is put in your living and dying will that these organs go to your siblings, because they can chop off whatever they want to once you're behind that curtain. Take out your kidneys, take out your eyeballs, whatever. And you will never know as the parent or the person or the wife or the husband, because the next time you see them is when they're at the funeral home and their eyes closed for good anyway. Like I'm gonna show you. Like Kendrick Johnson, the gentleman that I'm talking about in Miles County that got murdered and wrapped up in a mat. When they did the autopsy of this young man,
He was already empty.
they did the autopsy, said they didn't find nothing, they buried it. His parents had it a Zoom. When they went back inside that young man's body, his whole cavity was filled up with newspaper and paper napkins.
I thought that he had gotten his organs had gotten taken before he even got like.
They didn't know his organs were gone until they exhumed the body.
Oh.
So now you done been buried almost a year. The people go back, bring your body back out of the grave, out of the casket, exhume your body, and when they
nothing but a shell.
You a whole shell. But now this the messed up part. The people from the funeral home say when they got him, he was already done like that. The people at the autopsy place say when they let him go to the funeral home, all his parts was in there. But guess what? Not one person from the pathologist or the person that did the autopsy or the people from the funeral home have been charged with organ harvesting.
Hospitals and funeral homes are some of the biggest organ sellers because no one is in the room to watch. That's why you don't hear stories of people coming back to life.
Can't come back if you ain't got the heart to breathe with, the beat.
Y'all so crazy.
We so for real.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
And that black market, that's why people don't be paying attention on a regular scale in the United States of America. There are more black women, black girls that disappear yearly than any other race on the planet.
I could save everybody and nobody could save me. That's why I never been stupid enough to get on anybody or get nothing.
Wow, this is crazy. I just pray that her family, receive justice and things definitely go in their favor, and they suit the hell out of every one of them officers that was on duty, the sheriff officer, the sheriff.
The nurse that took her ass in there was like, ain't nothing wrong with you, and walked her bald-headed ass out.
You know what bothers me the most too, though, and I didn't hear her say, no one is offering to come and represent. It didn't sound like she even got people coming to help. And I find that happening more and more today. In the last year or two, if you have something that's like a negligence against a white person, there's no representation for you. So when you say you hope she can sue, she may not even get a person to help her sue.
Meaning no lawyer want to take the case.
Right.
I mean,
they write these letters and say that they can't because of their associations or friendship with someone else that's associated with this or associated with that. She might have to go into a whole nother state to seek an attorney to sue in Indiana. But
my thing is, we got all these things that are set up that say they're for the black community, they're for this, they're for. If you could see something like this and all the signs point to you definitely have a case, there was definitely some foul play, not even if they cannot pinpoint which inmate did what. The system as a whole failed this girl. As a whole. You hear me? When you work as a PAR officer, any and everything that comes across, how they was able to hear what she said on the monitor, that is recorded. You have to write down in your books every day what goes on. Vanessa slipped and fell in the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. If she call and complain, you got to write it in the books. Mm-hmm. Before you switch off shifts. Now, mind you, when you do morning shift, 18 hours, you're going to get the warden or the warden. What is the person that's under the warden? The warden, him. they will come and they will be in that meeting as y'all switching off. So everybody knows, and they have a sheet that they sign off to file for that. So at this point, the warden knew this girl cried for 18 hours. It was so many things that was set into place to where the system failed her altogether, to where there's not even a question that this is a whole lawsuit. It's a lawsuit without even going. They gonna give them some hush money to go sit their ass somewhere and just be quiet and be okay with that.
But this is the thing, Tay. Me and you both done really, spend a little time in one of them folks' places, right? And the thing is, officers are taught that inmates will do anything in any kind of way to try to get your attention and to try to get out of the jailhouse. So what they think is, okay, let's say your jailhouse 3,000 inmates. If every inmate cried hollering they need to go to the emergency room, how hard would it be to have to transport every inmate back and forth to the hospital? It becomes a safety issue. So at that time, that's what they're going to base their decision off of. Oh, this person just bullshit. Just like the nurse said when she came in, you're becoming a distraction. You're doing too much. You're just acting. I was incarcerated and I saw a dude who had appendicitis who was inside of my damn dorm. And guess what? He was telling them the nigga almost died. They had to rush. He couldn't move. He went to throwing up his poison. He went to regurgitating it. And next day, that's when they knew or felt like he was for real. But he almost died because
this girl was bleeding from the coochie. She had done swords herself to the shit was yellow. She was throwing up blood. The inmates are literally calling you for her. You took her out of a cell and you put her in a cell by herself, but you couldn't send her ass to the infirmary. They could miss me with that bullshit.
But tell you, all of that we saw was like you say, was real and true. But how are you in the fucking Indiana where you know we're not there?
Let me tell you, I want you to know, we in South Dakota too. You can't help where you listen. You can't help where you was raised. Her sister there too. I got nieces that are in South Dakota.
There are a lot of black people in
and they called Obama babies months. Why the fuck would you raise your kid around these coons that call your kids all this stupid shit? I couldn't even imagine having my kids going through something, people calling them mutts, niggas. Bitch, it just wouldn't happen because first my generation had to go through it. I'd be damned if you take mine through it. I'm just saying. But either way it go, y'all know that was some straight bullshit. There's no way y'all gonna look at that and say, okay, if you feel every inmate lies to the degree that she got to, as soon as you saw blood was coming up, she throwing up blood. Either way, she gotta go in. Because for all they knew, somebody put, I'm just saying, grinded up glass in the drinking water and it to cut up all her insides.
That's true.
You don't know. When you're in prison, you either get got by any means necessary. Grind up that glass, put it in a bitch drink. Honey, you talking about you coming for me later. Bitch, you ain't even got later. You got 5 minutes to be honest. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that grounded up glass.
That ground up glass is real.
We ain't got long once that ground up glass get in your system.
That's why I'm one of the people. I say, listen here. If I don't mess with you, please don't mess with me. Because it ain't that I don't want to go there with you. I know how far I'm willing to go. And how far I'm willing to go, I'm willing to bet you want to play with Satan than to play with me. Because he going to give you some mercy because he knew God. I ain't never seen God. Okay. I'm just saying. That's why I don't mess with people.
Everybody bow your head. Bow your head.
It's so retarded. But no, that shit just pisses me off on so many levels. And even the white people that wasn't even down for the black people start helping the black woman. Because at that point, you cannot sit there. It's inhumane to watch somebody suffer on that level.
Listen, if a dog was going through the stuff that lady was going through, they'd have been took that dog to a vet.
And bitch, every officer that was in there, for the simple fact you heard him crying in that pod, bitch, you fired.
Yeah.
You ain't even don't know what they call that paid leave. Bitch, you're fired for an animal. They don't even give us the common courtesy to line up with a dog or any animal for that matter.
Yeah. I saw over there in Wellington one time. I was at a convenience store. No, I was at the shopping. I was at the mall. But the lady had a dog to get out of her car and was going toward the man and his little girl. I'm not gonna say the dog was going all aggressive, but you know how the dog, playful, but he was coming. The man kicked that goddamn dog so hard. The lady called the police. I'm talking about these folks did a real investigation to see if what he did was wrong. Instead of saying, ma'am, you was wrong for allowing your dog to go that way. I would have protected my daughter also. Listen, them folks were trying to see if they could get camera angles and all type of stuff. That lady was doing the most.
Listen, the traffic signs in Wellington say slow down for the horses.
Yeah.
Care about school zone for the kids.
It does.
And they don't care about the school zone for the kids. I've lived in Wellington since 1995. It has not ever changed.
That's crazy.
They don't care.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
I hope that I do pray that she gets some help, but I think it was more to it than even the family knows. Like, I think the reason why those security guards weren't trying to help her get help because they were doing things too. Because she looked real pretty, and they probably taking advantage of her. That's why they're putting her where they could put her.
Let me tell you, I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nobody. Once you out my sight, you're capable of anything. My son, Tony could tell you, Legacy, Drayton could tell you. Anywhere I'm at, Tyson is. Tyson don't even be gone nowhere with his dad. Listen, I listen, if I know I'm gonna go to prison, my love for this little boy gonna send me to, they gonna put me under the jail. They gonna kill me before I go in and just put me under that. So I ain't even gonna play with you. I'm gonna just keep him in my, where I live, you can't hit certain birds. A bird?
Yeah.
Animals got rights.
Wait, I'd have heard it. A bird. But what if he fly into your car?
That's different.
He's gonna be stewed and smothered.
Y'all sure? Because you might go to jail. Animals are animals.
Let's move.
That's
Let's move
crazy.
on. Let's move on. We'll be right
Sorry
back.
for the loss.
Yes, sorry for your loss. We wish you the very best. If you're just tuning in, I want everybody to definitely, once again, definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. And continue making your comments, because we will show your comments and respond to your comments accordingly. Port St. Lucie.
All right, we appreciate you.
Yeah, if you are just tuning in, tonight's topic is Was the Super Bowl show a distraction of the injustice the NFL have for blacks? And I think it was. That's my opinion.
I think it was a, hey, look, I think it was a setup.
And why do you feel that, Tioma?
Because when, like, they knew certain people, like, ain't no certain people. Us as black people, if we stand out or stand for something that is on racism or for us to be equality, a lot of endorsements that we have will bike away. And some of the people that was on there, which being Mary J. Blige, remember they had to file bankruptcy. She's still paying old dude. She can't afford to lose the income that she do have coming in. So they have Eminem, which we all know, we all love some Eminem, at least I do. He was able to take that knee. I'm not gonna say they couldn't have took a knee, but those little units, they all was conjoined. When you saw he took that knee, every black person that was in that Super Bowl performance should have took a knee.
Except Mary.
The backlash, no, Mary should have took that fall or it shouldn't have been done. Either way it go, the backlash on the black performers was like, darn, he da on black Twitter, and none of them supported when the cause is about them.
So they make the cause look like it ain't really no cause.
Exactly.
Black people really
So
against this all for sure.
That didn't sit right with me.
I feel like it was.
Go ahead.
I thought you was finished when you said it didn't sit right with you again.
Go ahead, babe.
I think it was like a little past the event, but Whoopi Goldberg was an example of people hush. And I think that Super Bowl was a greater, like the period to the hush. I think they used this month of Black History to get us to see, to try to like put us in a corner of worthiness and make us seem as if we aren't worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't seen the show yet.
You don't watch TV.
Not take her black card. Shoot. Come on, said Legacy. I'm so scared to mess with Tioma. She's the realest.
Let me tell you.
She is the realest nutcase.
Come on, let me help you. I am so loyal. When I say so loyal, if I don't like you, I won't mess with you. If I mess with you, it's to the death. You never have to worry about my loyalty. Period.
And Tioma, on that note, speaking of loyalty, let's show this.
They weren't loyal to you. They were loyal to the opportunity. And a person who does not understand the value of loyalty will never understand the damage of betrayal. This is how we get hurt. We confuse loyalty with attachments. There is a massive difference with somebody who is assigned to you versus someone who's attached to you. Somebody who is assigned to you helps you complete tasks. But those who are attached to you only want to benefit from the task that you have completed. They don't view you as a person. They view you as a purse. People don't abandon what they want. They abandon what they were using. But I'm loyal. I'm a rider. Everybody is willing to ride while you're in the yacht. But who is going to row with you in a crisis? Loyalty does not require lights or eyes because it is a heart posture. It should not require my presence for you to be loyal. Loyalty is when you have my back behind my back.
Oh my God, I'm in love with him.
Kamal said he ain't calling it when he ain't calling Al Sharp. He's gonna call Tioma.
there's a lot of things that we can talk about the injustices that is going on in the NFL. Do I believe that having that many black mega stars with Eminem on there, I do believe that it was more of a cover up, not just for that reason. I think it was a cover up because the NFL has been up on the scrutiny almost since the beginning of the NFL. Remember now, the NFL at first was an all boys club to where all white boys club to where they didn't really, let African Americans play the game. If we look at the NFL as a whole, the NFL has 75% African Americans that actually play and wears the brand of the NFL to make it a conglomerate business the way that it is. So when we look at it as a whole, we have to say, okay, how is it that the NFL has, I think it's 32 teams in the NFL, and not one of those teams are owned by African Americans. Yet the whole league is 75% African American. Why is it that right now in the NFL there is one black head coach? Matter of fact, I think it's two now. They hired another one. Leslie Frazier, I want to say, and Mike Tomlin are the only two black quarterbacks, coaches, head coaches in the NFL out of 32 teams. You have to remember the stigma that they used to put on black quarterbacks in the NFL, that we wasn't smart enough. We wouldn't be able to learn and how to read defenses and things of that nature. What, Savage?
Don't worry, man. Excuse me, y'all. I'm not feeling good. I'm gonna go ahead and bow out for the night. I just want to tell everybody good night.
Feel better.
Good night, love.
Take care of the baby.
And with that, we have to dive a little bit deeper to know that it's a lot bigger than what they say and what they do. For years we've been trying to become we're already a part of the boys club, but it just takes me back to the Roman Catholic days when they have people, fighting the cathedrals and things like that. You have to look at the diagram of what the NFL football fields look like. You're in a dome and you're fighting. Most men are in there in the gladiator dome, clashing with each other over and over and over and over till somebody wins. Mm-hmm. And here we are talking about it in the 21st century. There's never been one black-owned football team in the NFL. And we've only had at least 13 black head coaches in the whole entire time that the NFL has been around. See, a lot of people won't pay attention to the fact that, yes, Colin Kaepernick did stand for something. And he stood for the fact that he wanted blacks to have equality throughout, and he wanted police to stop outright just killing us in the street without no repercussion of doing it. And when Colin Kaepernick stood up against the NFL,
the Super Bowl can't be a distraction. The dates are set years in advance. No, we're talking about the show, not the Super Bowl itself.
But we have to look at those things and say, like the black coach from Miami, the Miami black coach they just had for like 2 or 3 years. He took that team from being the doormat of the NFL to being playoff contending team, and then was fired. So then he exploited that Bill Belichick told him that, he tried to call him and congratulate him about getting another head coaching job, but he did not congratulate the right head coach. The black coach hadn't even went and had an interview yet. But Bill Belichick, which is another coach for the New England Patriots, notified the black dude, thinking that he was notifying the white dude that don't worry about, him going for his interview. You still already got the job ahead of time. And that's how we got to this point. My thing is, I just don't understand, why do we always have to go where they are? Why do we have to move where they are? Why do we have to live where they are? Why do we have to play their sport? Why do we have to play at their game, at their field? We have too many black individuals that are multimillionaires, that are rich now at this time and days and era of life. So we shouldn't be having to kiss ass to participate in a game or anything in life that they don't want us to be a part of.
I was told that Byron Allen is supposed to be buying a team or something. Can you elaborate on? You know anything about that?
I know who Byron Allen is. He's one of the richest black men in the world right now. But he's the same gentleman that sued Comcast and Mediacom and beat him. And won. But he lost the biggest lawsuit at the Supreme Court earlier last year. But you have to understand how you get a team. That all white boys club have to let you in. That's just like you want to go to McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's and become a franchise owner. You don't just because you got the money don't mean that they're gonna say, okay, you can get it. They have to open the doors and let you in. And that's something that they're not ready to relinquish. They're not ready to relinquish that type of power. But I want to show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all. I don't know if y'all remember. And I want to say October 16th, 1968. There was an Olympics going on, and in Mexico City, and we had three of the best black athletes running for Tony.
Because we have yet to realize how valuable we are and get together and build.
Amen. I know that's right, classmate.
Correct. Go ahead, Ju.
Oh, I thought you was gonna finish your point.
Oh, I can come back to it. Go ahead while it's on the top of your dome.
Well, I stopped watching NFL about 15 years ago. I grew up watching with my father and my brothers, and I love football. But the older I got, the more I saw how it wasn't a sport for us. It was a run nigga run type sport, and wasn't something that I wanted to be a part of patronizing. It was exploiting blacks. It exploits even the viewers. So for me, I like Kamal said, it wasn't a distraction because it's already pre-scheduled, but it's an exploitation, which is distracting us from seeing our worth and our value, because they're having these people perform these halftime shows for free while they're making millions of dollars just off of the people tuning in to see this free show, which I think that's right there is another exploitation to us as people. I just don't agree with it at all.
I have a question, Legacy, and granted, I don't watch sports, and the only time I ever watch sports is probably Super Bowl, and that's mostly for the commercials and the halftime show. It's not necessarily for the sport itself or the game. But I was just wondering, because I know through the years growing up, all the way back for wrestling, for example, all the way back to like the Andre the Giant days, there's been different. Yes, I'm older.
You mean Incredible Hulk?
Okay, so there's been so many different like WWE, WWF, WW this. So they've always been changing these little WW whatevers. I was wondering, could there be some type of a new football league that's black owned, black operated, black teams, black members. Because basically, when you're paying to go see the game, you're going to see us.
Yes.
You know, the NBA had an opportunity when they went on strike for wanting more pay. They could have formed their own then and did away with the NBA. They had the support of the people, but players who
Can't hear
won't
you.
do it.
Your voice is going in and out, Juicy.
Do about that, but I believe we could form it. It will be successful, but the reason why people aren't doing it is because they've already they're too afraid to stand up to the system. So they're so same as the black women who are stuck on getting food stamps and housing. Those NFL players, they feel they need this endorsement in order to receive the way they receive. They don't even see the bigger picture. They got too many head injuries, maybe, to know that they could take their money, form their own team, and the people still gonna watch them play.
Right.
Well, hold on. I'm with you all the way, Judy, but that's not how it goes. You have to understand revenue to know that not just the NFL, that's not where the money generates. The money generates from commercials, advertisements. You have to get the go ahead and read that, Tony.
It's not about dates, but it's about the attention it holds in the people. Just like these challenges, while we get entertained, they are busy figuring how to keep us featured teams. Kamal says, don't forget the black head coaches that had a chance and got fired, all had winning records.
Yeah, I said that, Maul. But listen, if it's like the record industry. If it was that easy, Juicy, Master P was probably one of the only artists that actually came out and did what he did without needing any type of distribution and things of that nature. Most people, when we're trying to get something started on our own, we still have to go out and network with the Europeans. We have to network with the Jews because they are the ones who control the media outlets. They are the ones that control the commercialing and things of that nature. So it's really not one thing that you can do far as on a grand scale without the okaying of these individuals. That's why right now we don't have our own television stations. We don't have our own.
We already know, but why do you feel that is? What you're saying, we already know. The question is, why do you feel that is?
Hold on, I'm gonna answer you, Mark. I'm gonna read that, Mark. Read that, Tony. My bad, baby.
By the way, I believe Bill Belichick did that text on purpose to bring out the bullshit.
I thought that too, Kamal. I thought that too because Bill getting ready to retire in a little bit, and Bill might be what they call him a whistleblower, and he did it unconscious. Well, he did it intentionally, but you know he gonna throw it off like it was a mistake. But Tay, to answer your question, it's hard for them folks to release. I mean, as Juicy just stated a few minutes ago about Byron, what was his name?
Byron Allen.
The black guy, Tony, you just texted me about.
I did it, Byron Allen.
Yeah, about Byron Allen. This man is one of the only black men I've ever seen to take these people to the Supreme Court.
You know why?
He had enough money to do it.
No, it ain't even about the money. What y'all understand, everything is a mindset. And when you have a mindset that you're trying to be accepted, acceptance is half of this. It's bigger than just,
fitting in.
oh, yeah. You have this mindset that you need to be accepted or approved. These people approval. When you get beyond that, you change your mindset, you change everything else around you. Long as you have that, I want to get my mama a bigger house, but these the people that I got to get it from. So I got to play their game. Once you change the mindset, and us as parents, we install, oh, I got to take my son to basketball game. We tell our kids this the only way that they're going to be bigger or better. With a ball in their hand.
Yeah.
So it is literally changing the mindset to get different in life. We want to be accepted by people that will never accept you. So when you get that into your head, you will start playing and moving different.
Remember what you just said about, well, I think somebody was saying about, you know, we're soon as we start to focus on an issue, they come out with a new TikTok challenge.
Yeah, that was Captain TV Hook.
Right. But that's the same thing that happens every day. Your child spends more time in a system that they get to spend more time learning more from a systematic schooling and be more around people like that than they do around you. So it's hard to remove that dogmatic stigma of you can do something greater than just play football, because it is taught daily, not just at home. It is taught daily in schools that boys ought to play football.
And that's what I'm saying. Long as that is set there,
but guess what you don't see, Tay? Why don't we see a Chinese football team? Why don't we see?
Because they're like, we're not finna damage our heads when we could do something totally different and we can get that money without even harming our bodies.
Exactly.
We can get that on making a fucking, what you said, like video game or some shit like that, and I'm gonna equivalent that money in one take. Then you got to do over a stretch of 10 years playing and damaging your body, your brain. So yes, that's what I say.
The NFL is so big and powerful that even with the doctor, the black doctor that came out and exposed CTE, that is the head trauma disease that these athletes are getting from colliding with each other over and over and over again. Him exposing that, he got blackballed for a long time before they had to accept his doctrine. And then on top of that, it ain't shut down the large machine of the NFL, because guess what? Like Tay say, the black community, the only way of thinking that they can become.
We have to learn to unlearn and relearn. No longer no longer back to the regularly scheduled program.
But that's what Juicy is saying too. That when you are the individual that starts to think outside of that box, you become poison to the system. It's like a virus that gets into a computer. They have to have a something to go in and remove that virus from spreading through the computer and changing the program. So when you go to start talking about how do we change it, we're gonna have to gut the whole system, and that means remove any and everybody that's already been poisoned.
You know,
a lot of people.
We gotta
go ahead, Ju.
I had came out and came back in, and I heard you saying we can't, and as long as we keep on with the can't, that's when we won't be. But I'm a mother who does. My children, I taught my children at home because I did not want them to be taught school brainwashes and teaches. You can't have change because the powers that be have given enough people enough things that we are comfortable. When you have comfortable, you can't get change.
Exactly. And Juicy, we're not saying that the word can't. We're not saying it in that way. But let's look at change so far. Let's look at what we call change so far. Do you not still think you're a slave?
I know I am not.
You, in your heart, you feel it, but the system that told you that keep telling you you still go pay a light bill, that's a slavery payment. You pay your cell phone bill. All of those things are form of slavery because you pay a water bill. If you ain't got a well, you still pay something to a system that controls you.
Okay, well, let me tell you, I love that slavery program, that water. Oh, I worship the ground she walk on. Listen, listen, Linda, don't come for her.
Well, but the thing of it is okay. The baseball team, the Major League Baseball, back when we were in high school, they went on a strike, and they wanted more pay. They're one of the most paid out there, and they wanted more pay. And the one, what was his name? Because I went to school with him. His father was an owner of a team, and he's a black man. My kid's name is Jerry. I can't remember it. Manuel. And the outcome of it came, they went back and played once they got their money. Once the blacks got into the positions that they were demanding to be. So they went along with it. When I was speaking of like the NBA and the football and their strikes and they should have done it, you said they're not going to be on the same scope. It take baby steps. They're not going to be as big as the NFL when they first start out, but they're going to have the following. Then once, like you say, the commercials and the advertisement, money talk. And when they see, okay, these people formed their own and they're not playing over here anymore. They're here. And the only way we're going to reach the same group of people and advertise and get their money is by paying into them.
Juicy, listen, baby, I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is that even though those statements that you said are correct, matter of fact, let's just use Ice Cube. Ice Cube had his own basketball league just about a year and a half ago called the Big Three. And he had all ex-NBA players playing in this league. I'm talking about famous NBA players playing in the league.
Yep, I know someone who played with him.
And guess what? That league is over.
But you know why it's over? Because we didn't support them. We didn't support it.
But that's what Kamal is saying. But that's what Kamal is saying, Juicy. That when you give enough niggas enough something, they become so comfortable with having what they have that they cannot introduce themselves into a movement that may take themselves out of their comfort zone.
I'm not knocking. But that's where I'm saying we can't be that. We've got to move past being comfortable. We got to move past state of contentment.
We do.
I'm happy because,
Juicy,
like
let
you
me show you another thing, Juicy. You remember those two great Olympic men back in '64? I think their name was
I was born in '77.
Tommy Smith. He won the gold, and John Carlos, he won the silver. He won the bronze. Now they won these medals in the Olympics. These are the two brothers that held up their fist with the black gloves. Do you know that these folks took their gold medal and took their bronze medal and kicked them out of the Olympics and kicked them out of the game for the rest of the Olympics? See, and guess what? Nobody still did a damn thing, even in '64.
Well, you know what? Now that you said that with me, I won't be watching the Olympics.
But this is what I'm telling you.
We have to do as a people. We've got to
Right.
come together and stand against the opposition against us.
Exactly.
Juicy, what is
How many
gas
games?
prices? Juicy, what is gas prices where you live at right now?
$50,000. That's what it looked. Listen, when I pull up, that's what it looked like. $50,000.
What is gas
My
prices?
in my neighborhood, I got gas with my credit card today, and it was $3.49 a gallon.
Now
Regular.
that seems to be the norm around here too. But let me tell you something. When you talking about standing, why is it that the American people as a whole haven't said, you know what? These gas prices are increasing by 10 to 12 cents every other day.
Amen.
Enough is enough, and we're not going to buy any more gas until these goddamn gas prices get back up under $2.50, $2 and something.
So
You
what
know why
they're doing here,
I can answer that.
what they're doing here is tomorrow they're shutting down the highway in DC, and all of with the truckers. They're going to, all the truckers are doing a protest about the gas prices going up, and they're coming and they're blocking all of the highway. They said they're going to keep one lane open for emergency vehicles to pass through because they don't want anybody to not, have to be serviced or get, stuck. But as far as people going to work to make money so they can pay these prices, the man said, if y'all think y'all gonna work harder to make more money to pay the prices, we gonna keep you from going to work so you won't have the money to pay the prices because we don't want to pay the prices.
But guess what?
I wish I had a truck so I could be right there with them.
But you're right, but guess what? You still gonna have motherfuckers that's gonna get up to try to still go around them trucks because they are so programmed that they don't understand the whole purpose of the protest is to benefit the people as a whole.
And then you also got to realize that we are Americans, and I hate to say it, y'all gonna cuss me out. Y'all know we some of the most laziest motherfuckers. We are some of the laziest people. If you are well traveled and you go around this country, I promise you have jits that wake up soon as the rooster crow. And we have a member that's on here. His name is Adrian. He live in the islands. He will tell you them kids is up before the sun is up. They in their favorite location that they hustle to get their money. When I say little kids from the age of 5 and up, they are sitting out there. They selling you whatever fruit, whatever. We as Americans, we are too lazy. We don't even want to drive to the mailbox.
It's privilege, Tay. Privilege.
So that's why the prices gonna go up because they know we too lazy to walk. We too lazy to get on the bus to the tri-rail because we got a car. We gonna pay them prices.
Exactly. So
that's what that is.
If we're talking about standing for each other as a race of people, we don't even stand together as a race of humans when only 1% of the people are controlling gas prices and shit like that.
I didn't even know that.
What, Tay?
That only 1% is controlling the gas prices. I never thought that far into it.
That's how far it goes. It's a big wormhole, and we think it be just the president and stuff, but no.
Ooh, so yeah, Tony about ready to wrap this up. You guys, he's about to show a video of my first love. This is my son. His name is Justin MJ Brown. He goes by MJ Soul. He's in the audience. So you guys, yeah. And like I tell y'all, I tell my son totally different. You had a talent. Why are you going to sign with a label? Back in the days, you need a label. Right now, you don't need a label. So yes, he's my twin. Identical.
Nipsey Hussle said the reason why he never sold records and he always did his as mixtapes so that when it came time for him to do it, they couldn't come back and tax him and put a stamp on him based off of how many records he sold and his clout. He could still get all his royalties from right off the jump. So,
Well, Nipsey signed with Atlantic though, Juicy.
yeah, once he did sign, but before he signed, he had already had mixtapes out.
Oh yeah, he did. But let's be real, Juicy. Nipsey never became really famous until he died.
He was like Triple J.
Yeah, exactly.
Florida celebrity.
Exactly.
But if I'm not a celebrity in my own home, I wouldn't want to be a celebrity nowhere.
That's true too.
If my own don't respect me, I don't want it from nowhere. Go ahead.
I'ma let you go, cause I need my peace. So you do you, and I'ma do me. Come on, I'm bro. You're not lonely, not need. So you do you, and I'ma do me, and I'ma do me. I'ma do me, and you can do you. I have self-love, that's how I keep cool. I need my peace, and not peaceful. Claim that you okay, tell me is that true? You have deep scars, they like tattoos. Hope that you find peace, and maybe an equal. Don't understand me, and then we argue. You see the sky's red, I say the sky's blue. You weren't like this, I have to review. Don't feel the same way, something we both knew. Things I can't say back, and we can't redo. Look where we come from, and this what it's come to. And so I'ma let you go. Your scars run deep, so you do you, and I'ma do me. Come on, I've been broke. You're too hard to please, so you do you, and I'ma do me, and I'ma do me. Girl, you can
I like that. I like that.
Yay. That's Mommy Boo. My first love, y'all. Look at Tony, all smiles. I can't hear you.
Daddy.
I can't hear you. Huh?
Just like you too.
We are identical. We are seriously identical. I can show you a boy picture of me when I was a stud. We are identical.
Well, family, it's that time.
Not that crazy.
But
you saw that extended clip though. Not a regular clip, extended. These 16 rounds don't get you. No, that's legal. And he's licensed for his firearm, honey. Excellent shot.
Well, tonight is Juicy. Let them know how they can get out there at your girl.
Through the ATL show.
Hey, I'm gonna already said that you can't use it now.
That's what I said. I'm sticking with it.
Tell them, Juicy, they don't understand about these people that want to call your phone on some foolishness, okay?
Woo!
I told one dude I got 12 kids and he still was trying to call. Just issues.
No, I told someone we needed somewhere to stay. Could we come over? He was like, well, send me your address. I'll come get you.
Well, he was trying to help because you had a problem. He was trying to help.
I need
that's freaky though.
If I need somewhere to stay, how I got an address?
Address to where I can come pick you up from now.
Legacy, that's freaky.
A laundromat, anywhere.
That's freaky. Y'all don't get freaky calls.
What can we say to make you all just leave us alone? Because we say no.
I don't want any company. Just don't call me anymore before I put the police on you. That'll do it.
But why call people phone that you don't know? Okay, T Savage. You can reach her at T Savage 1000 on Facebook. You can reach her at Anya Drayton Birds on TikTok. Oh, check her TikToks out; those be funny. You can read her at birdsanya@gmail. Don't call my bestie phone. She don't want you to call her.
All right, we're gonna
She
go
got a
on
crazy pit bull.
and guns.
I ain't got guns. I'm a Jehovah. Thank you. Tayama Sweetness, aka Tyson's mom. You can reach me at IG at Tayama01. Facebook, Tayama Copeland 1. You can reach me at justintimeaccessories@gmail. You can go to justintimeaccessories.com to order your jewelry, which you see it all behind me. Yeah.
Don't call you.
All right, let's bring it to the stage.
It ain't even a number there. Okay.
Bring it to the stage. The man that makes it possible for us, ladies and gentlemen. The man that gave us this platform outside of God to be able to do the things that we do on a weekly basis, to be able to bring you these insights and information, things like that. Our pain in the ass, my brother, Mr. Anthony Brown.
What's up, everybody? You can reach me at The Anthony Brown Show on all platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Search The Anthony Brown Show, and you will find me. Also on Facebook, I have another page called Anthony the Writer. Please follow that page as well. And my motto, and I wholeheartedly live by it, you got to grind until you shine. And there's my phone number there for business purposes only, 561-768-3710. And at the same token, we have Grind Until You Shine merchandise. So you can purchase your shirts at the link below most of our videos. There's a link there. You can just click on it and order your shirts. And that's about it.
Okay, and you need to put up, and you come get this notary. We do weddings. We do it all. One-stop shop. What you want to do?
Fingerprints, you name it.
All right.
Can you notarize something with virtually?
Yep.
That's called remote online notary. So yeah, that's the service that is offered also.
I need your services. Thank you.
Thank you. We're gladly here. We're here for your convenience.
That's my business manager, by the way.
Hey.
So do I have to book the appointment through her?
No, just have that cash out ready. Let's go. Amen. We ready.
Tuesday.
Love it. Look at Legacy.
We're closing, ladies.
Right, go ahead, Legacy.
All right. You can reach me at Legacy the Great, also on Facebook, and Dream Williams. YouTube, you can reach me at Antonio Williams. Email address is aunyawms121@gmail.com. And you can also reach me at area code 229-630-7615. Business purposes, advertisement only. Thank you. Before we get out of here tonight, I just want to also give a shout out to those gentlemen. They really don't talk about them enough to prove me in that actually went in 1964 and October the 15th and broke those Olympic records and things like that, but also stood in solidarity for the Black movement by sacrificing themselves, their endorsements, and things like that. Wheaties, even though later on in life you came back and gave the gentleman a box with him holding up his Olympic gold medal and the black fist, it was just a little too late. All those endorsements and things that he could have got from Wheaties and things that could have changed the demographics of his lifestyle and things like that. But we appreciate everybody for coming out tonight, and ATL.
Don't even know Wheaties.
ATL. They're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, T7, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best at this shit, that's fact. Y'all, and there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay, I'm the best you other cats just fell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if you come with 28, then shit get greedy. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Either dead on the scene since you wanna be actors. This the message. I'm talking over here with things that cool little feeling foggy. I'll be patiently waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. I'm on against team Rush when you ready to lose. The game, the street, the throne is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from your rapper. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot.
ATL, ho.